Where is she? There she is. Yay! What do you want? Give me a kitty! I think Calico Cat is on the very right. If I'm wrong, I'm screwed. Watch and laugh, Haruka. Witness my misery. Or maybe it's the tiger one. Honestly, I don't know. I honestly think this one's cuter, so maybe I can grab this and then the other one. I think maybe last time I played this, or 2 last times ago, I spent a fortune trying to get one of those cat toys. Wait, is the Calico way back there? Oh no, don't be scared, Haruka. Or maybe I could just grab all the cats. Watch and learn, Haruka. Don't do what I do. I do it for you, Haruka. Son of a bear. The ducky. The friggin' bear! Let me get this out of the way first. Mother! For now, the main goal is to move the giant bear or mouse out of the way so I can get the cat. And if that isn't the right cat, I'll go for the other cat. When Kiryu is with Haruka, they put a do not disturb sign on his back. Either move or catch the big one. Please. Haruka, this might not be what you want, but I have a strategy. Okay, try to move the giant bear? I've never been picked up by cranes, but I imagine it'd be uncomfortable. Freaking tail! Ooh, 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 ooh! I hit a wrong button. Oh, 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 oh! Oh. Grip around the arm, grip around the arm, grip around the arm! Yeah, one hand I can see why, but on the other hand, like, the whole, I want, like, Haruka, you need to be here if I'm gonna die, that's kind of grim. Grip around the, yes! Yes, 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 damn it! Please, 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 onegaishimasu! What? Get over here! Please! Ooh, oh! Oh my god, the crane game from Link's Awakening wishes it was this infuriating. Son of a— Haruka, I'm pretty sure you have better luck with crane games than I do. Why don't you do it? I remember the baseball one was one of them, but I remember the golf one took forever in the last game, so it's like, I don't want to do this again. No more sports-related trust. Yes! Yes! I don't know if it's the actual one, but gimme! I don't care! Okay, at least I know that isn't it. Pretty place. At least grip around the tail or something. What? Or maybe I should have, since I get more training to preparing for this. Imagine Haruka Suma was like, I changed my mind, Uncle Kaz, I don't want it anymore. Yes! Sure. What? Which one's the calico then? Oh, screw you, you giant cat! If this was a TV show, the entire, like, there'll be a studio audience losing their minds. It might not work, but it's because the friggin' tail. So I have to grip it around the neck or the giant ass head. Please. Fuck! This isn't even the Yakuza game anymore. It's the crane game now. Why? Seriously, Haruka, this is coming out of your allowance. Oh! 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 Yes! Please! Calico! 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 Yes! Finally! Whee! I'm a UFO catcher master after spending billions of dollars. Haruka seems happy. You're a master! Thank you, let's leave. Hello? Were they always there? Hey, just a minute, Pops. Where are you going with that little girl? What's up with parents these days? This ain't no place to bring a kid, you know? Hey there, little lady. You wanna go someplace nice with me? No. Help! Get lost. I don't have time to mess with filth like you. What? Who do you think you're talking to? Assholes who think they can take away kids? Looks like we're giving some parenting lessons. If you are a parent, I feel bad for your children. Whee! Stomp! Who is this guy? I'm the best dad in the world. Or uncle, depending. This town never changes. You okay, Haruka? Yep. Thanks for protecting me, Uncle Kaz. But don't overdo it, okay? Heh. I'll be fine. Yay! Haruka, you feel like singing? Yay! Oi! Oh shit, no! Woohoo! Damn it, buttons! Yeah. Haruka, I'm sorry! Ryosuke actually is the lead developer. Ooh, nice! Haruka, I tried my best! Damn it! Yeah, I think I failed a lot of that. Unless the cat doing red, green, like doing blue, green, and yellow bubbles means good. Also, wow, my fingers hurt. What's going on over here? Date? Neurodivergent gang. Date-san, what are you doing here? Kiryu, weren't you going to Toto Hospital? Change of plans. Oh, Kiryu, I'm just here on an errand. Are you trying to find a gift for the lady in charge of New Sardana? Errand? What happened to watching Haruka? Oh, I told her I was going to go shopping. She's over at Sardana right now, so I really should be heading back. Well, are you going inside or not? Just staring at the window won't help. Ah, no, I was just window shopping, that's all. Sure about that? Looks to me like you came here to buy someone a gift.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't really know what to get. Who's it for? You swear not to laugh? Yeah. It's for Santa! It's for Mama. You know, the owner of Sardana. Ah, you do have a thing for her. I was right after all. I'm kind of wondering if they're within the same age, if they're around the same age range. What do you mean you were right? How about you get right out of my business? Dude, it was kind of obvious with the whole, like, where she was all, oh, Kitty, you're just my type, and you got really mad. I could, but I find that your business with Mama is way more interesting. So you're really gonna buy her a present, huh? Oh, I get it. Why would a beautiful young woman go out with a lonely old fart like me? I was trying to help. I thought that would be like one thing to help with. I've gotta ask you, Date-san. How did you find out Mama's ring set? Did you get a wedding ring?
Oh.
Heh, another trick of the trade. I told Mama I was getting a ring for my daughter, then just slipped the question in there. She never suspected a thing. Sneaky. Right. Saya-chan must be a young adult now. But Date-san, I never knew you were such a sly devil. Ha. Well, you have to be if you want to live to be my age. And work in reporting. After what happened to Reina, no one would rent the property. People thought some kind of curse hung over the place. Like, I miss Reina, but I'm pretty sure she wouldn't, like, curse the place. Like, she could be like a patron guardian. And Mama didn't mind that? Not one bit. The price I got so cheap, she was practically begging me for the details. I see. I gotta say, I never seen a lady with that much spunk. She'd probably do well no matter where she set up shop. I want her to set up shop in me. Is that what you like? Is that what you like about her? Maybe so. Would Mama really accept a ring from Date-san? Guess I'll find out once we're back at Serena. Oh, he's following me! Oh, is that right? So you've been abroad this whole time? Oh, is she flirting? Yeah, somewhere real far. I only came back to Kamurocho because... Well, let's just say I want to pay a special visit to a special someone. Uh-oh. Date's got a rival! Well, hello, boys. Nice of you to show up. If you're looking for Haruka-chan, she's in the back. He a new customer? Haven't seen him around before. Yep, he says he's been overseas. Apparently there's someone in Kamurocho came back to visit. Is everything alright?
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering if I could speak with you a moment? Why so formal all of a sudden? I'll take the check. Mama. Sure, hon. Thanks for stopping by. Ooh, movie! Wait. Is that guy gonna do a thing? Oh no! Is the murder gonna happen?
Mama.
Will you marry me?
Mama?
もう伊達さんって冗談ばっかり。これさやちゃんに渡す指輪でしょ。
Oh.
違うんだ。これはママに。
本気なの？
ああ、もちろん。
Have you been dated?
ママ。俺はずっと。
Wait, what about that old guy?
出てって。
え？
帰ってくれる？今日はもうお店を閉めるから。
いや、その。
伊達さん、ここまでお世話になっていて申し訳ないけど、二度とお店に来ないで。
え？
Wait, did the other guy... Was something the other guy said, or is it the whole, okay, this is awkward, please leave? Also, I don't know, maybe... Like, Sorry, just I'm thinking, like, if I was in her shoes and a guy that I was working with who helped me out get some property for a shop, out of the blue just gave me a ring and a ring all will you marry me style, I'd be pretty like, wait, this came out of nowhere, what the hell? So I'm not sure if I'd go in the whole like get out and never, I want you to get out and never to talk to me again kind of deal, but then again, everyone has their different types of responses. Unless unless there's a certain reason. Wasn't that a bit too harsh? Kiryu-san, Tata-san was serious, you know. His heart was in that ring. Did I ever tell you I was married once? No. Well, it was a long time ago. So that means you're divorced? No, that's not what happened at all. Then, my husband, he died. Oh, I'm guessing you're not ready to move on, or you still love him. He was a police officer, you know. Oh, really? Data-san was too, right? Oh, I think I'm seeing where this is. I think I see where this is going. A detective? Yeah. Well, I suppose I should fill you in. One day let's just say I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and a robber took me hostage. Really? How did you make it out? It was my husband. He sacrificed his life for me. Look, I know Data-san left the force to be a journalist, but there's just something about him that makes me think of my husband. It's too much for me to handle. Maybe they might be similar in some way, but Data-san's his own man. Even so, I just can't erase that horrible memory. Oh! I know it wouldn't fix much, but can I give you like a it's okay hug? Every time I think about Date-san as a detective, images of what happened that day flash through my mind. And I just can't block him out. That's why I can't see him. Please tell him I'm sorry. Where is he? Drinking? You're not Date, go away! Super oblivious person. What? Did I see Kamuroto more like Kamuroto? No. Y'all wanna die? Who the hell do you think you are? I know you guys. Hello? Ow! Ow, it hurts! You got an army. Hey, watch where you're going, jackass! Don't I know you from downtown Ryukyu? What? Oh shit, it's you! Yeah, it's me. I feel like at least other approach can be taken. Yeah, I'm also pretty dense when it comes to like, I guess with some romance stuff, like just, I don't know, someone, for example, like, the last relationship I was in, the person was flirting with me and I just figured, like, oh, okay, either they're flirting with me or they're just being really nice. Maybe they're just being very friendly and very nice and, wait a minute, you were flirting? But yeah, I think a cellular approach. Yeah, I agree the cellular approach might be a better pick. Oh shit, it's you! Oh shit, it is me! Yeah, you're the guys who kept bumping into me. What are you doing in Kamurocho? We couldn't pull the bump scam in Ryukyu anymore, so we're seeking greener pastures up here in Tokyo. Have you learned nothing? We thought it would be easy pickings on account of there being more people to bump into. Guys, Tokyo's no place for 2-bit get-rich-quick schemes. This city is tougher than you know. I should know, I was raised here. Hey, asswipes, you the guys that scammed my friend? Huh? You told me you bumped into him and then you took his money to pay for medical bills. Oh, well, fuck you guys, we're gonna kill you. Please let us go. Like hell we will. How about we shake you down and show you what real medical bills look like? We're gonna send you to America and make you look at their health care. Please let us go. Aniki, help. Who are you calling Aniki? You made your bed, now lie in it. Folks from Okinawa gotta look out for each other. I'm not from Okinawa. Well, wait, actually, I guess technically Kiryu is from Okinawa, but he wasn't born there. Anywhere but American healthcare. We never thought we'd be held accountable. You fucked around, now you find out. Leave them to their fate, save the scammers. Okay, I'm stuck, because on one hand, I feel like saving them would get me some XP, but on the other hand, leave them to their fate. How else will they learn? I'm not going to always be there to save the day. So, I'm going to do the D&D dice approach. I've got a D12. Okay, odd numbers, leave them to their fate. Even numbers, save them. Here we go. Odd numbers was leave them to their fate. Okay, I rolled a 7. You fucked around, now you find out. I can't help you. You dug yourselves into this hole. Take responsibility or you'll never climb out of it. Take him to Detroit. No! Don't be that way, bro. Pretty please. Fine. Damn it, my input didn't matter. Just this once. Sweet mercy, thank you. Okay, gentlemen, how about settling this the easy way? I'll personally make sure these clowns pay back the money they stole. We'll give it all back, every last yen. No can do. This isn't about the money. This is about respect. We just won't be able to sleep until we've arranged these shitheads' faces. The hard way it is, then. This is what you get for sticking your nose into other people's shit. Hey guys, mess them up! Oh, it's the squeaky song. Bike! Yay! Gimme. Eat tire! Oh god, it hurts. The hell kind of demon are you? The sexy kind. Walking away, are ya? Fucking wusses! Says the guy who was all, we'll give all your money back. Quiet peanut gallery. Ouch. Oh, okay. Whether you're in Okinawa or Tokyo, these half-assed schemes of yours aren't gonna work. Yeah, okay. We're sorry. If you really get it, then you'll change your ways and start living an honest life. We get it! We get it! Here. This is for scaring us straight. That's a lot of money. Let's hightail it out of here, my dudes. My dudes. Hope they've learned their lesson. Hope so. Wait, is he in Bantam? Maybe. Have you seen? Oh. Wait. This is either one of those Komaki training guys or someone who can lead me to Date. Also, there's the lady in the back. I like her hairband. I want to ask you about the Cafe Alps murder from 6 years. Oh, I forgot all about that side quest. Cafe Alps murder. Oh, that shitstorm? Yeah, that was my case. Why'd you want to reopen that can of worms now? I think the statute of limitations is about to run out. I'm trying to find out whether Yuichi Akechi really committed the murder or not. What? Are you saying you think he was falsely charged? Not a chance in hell. No? Why not? We aren't stupid, you know. The police don't arrest people without proof. Really? I don't know, dude. Like, Phoenix Wright and America, they say otherwise. We had plenty of evidence saying Akechi was the murderer. What kind of evidence? We had... a piece of paper with, like a smiley face drawn on it. Alibis, witness statements, fingerprints, and a motive. That did it. Motive, if Murray serves right, the attorney legal says very sketchy indeed. Tell me about the motive. Yuichi Akechi had plenty of motive to kill the victim, Oda. You mean because Oda was sleeping with Yuichi's girlfriend, Sawako Usami? Actually, is she here right now? Bingo. And we didn't find anybody else who might have had a reason to kill Oda. She could have. So they didn't find anybody else, huh? But what if someone else did have a reason to kill Oda? I still think the girlfriend might be a possible should be a suspect, because it could be that maybe she tried to kill Yuichi, but then, like, I'm gonna attack you! Oh, whoops, I accidentally hit Oda. Oopsies. Quick, frame Yuichi for it. Somebody witnessed Yuichi Akechi fleeing the scene just after the crime. I heard about that. The waiter, Masaru Kinoshita, he gave a statement saying he saw Akechi. If it was me, I'd probably think Yuichi did it, too. I wonder how I can refute Kinoshita's statement. Quick, put on a blue suit and yell objection. Tell me about the alibis. As part of our initial investigation, we interviewed everyone who may have been involved in the crime. In the end, the only person without one was Akechi. Nobody else could have murdered Oda. Because we've got two choices. Either we find Yuichi an alibi or find a flaw in one of the others. Likely find a flaw, because if witness statements say that they only saw him, then yeah. Tell me about the fingerprints. The deciding factor of Akechi's arrest was his fingerprints. We took compared fingerprints from each employee with those found on the murder weapon, but the only ones that matched were Akechi's. I don't know, the real killer could have worn gloves. We conclude that the other prints came from cafe customers and so were unrelated. How do you know? Like, with fingerprints, can you tell when they were put on there? Like, how old the fingerprints are? That sounds like pretty conclusive evidence. Was Akechi really the only person involved? So there you go. Solid evidence. But if you think we made a mistake, I'd sure like to hear it. Not enough to go on now. Guess we're gonna take a closer look at everything else going on at the time. Do you know what the Cafe Alp staff from back then are doing now? Sure, I can tell you that much, but I doubt you'll get any new info from them. Guess my next step is to go visit the people involved. The florist might know something too. Oh yeah, that guy has cameras everywhere. I'm getting distracted. Ayaka, maybe someone like me shouldn't. Oh. Wow, what a coincidence seeing you here. You talking to me? Of course. Don't you remember me? She knows me somehow. Where did I meet her? Shit! Okay, I don't think I've been to any cabaret clubs in this game anyway, so maybe the Love and Heart? Her name's Ayaka, but considering my track record in this game, I think maybe I met her at the massage parlor. I remember you. You're Ayaka from the Love and Heart massage parlor. That's right. Oh, yay, I got it. Oh, I'm so glad you remember who I am. Though I don't believe I got your name. Right, I guess I didn't give it to you. It's Kiryu.
Kiryu-san.
Kiryu-san, what a cute name. You're all by yourself today? Yeah. Would you mind if I sat with you a bit? Go right ahead. Okay. Kanpai. Cheers. Say, this is the first time we get to properly chat. Love. That's right. Before, you were busy being my masseuse, and I kept fucking up the button presses, so I either fell asleep or I was too stressed. Actually, the name of my profession is massage therapist. How's that different from masseuse? While both professions give massages to clients, my job at the shop is to use both massage and aromatherapy to soothe my clients' stresses and worries. Oh. I always thought masseuse and massage therapist were the same thing, except one of the names is just a little more fancy. I had to study pretty hard to get licensed for my job. Sounds pretty tough. From how down you looked earlier, you could probably use some of that therapy yourself. Huh? How'd you know? Oh, I must have been talking to myself again. You heard that, huh? Yeah. God, I'm so embarrassed. When I get lost in thought, sometimes I start mumbling all the things I'm thinking about. Oh, don't laugh at me. I know I might seem like the serious type, but I was really thinking hard about this. Sorry. Hee. You know, I got this feeling the first time we met, but you're surprisingly easy to talk to, Kiryu-san, even though you fell asleep the first time and started screaming in stress the next. You think so? You're so mature, too. I've always wanted to sit down and chat with you. I don't have a lot of mature, cool-headed guys like you in my life. Can I get your advice on something that's bothering me? You want my advice? Or do you have to leave soon? She did look pretty bothered. I know I said I was gonna look for Date, and he's not here, but... Yeah. I might not be able to help, but I'll try. Okay. Kiryu keeps rolling nat 20s in charisma. Okay, I knew you were a nice guy, Kiryu-san. Dad already maxed out his charisma stat, but his intelligence and wisdom stats are just zeros. You think so? What's this I knew business? Well, whatever. Well, so there's this guy I'm really into. Is it me? Problems with your love life, then. Go on. Yeah, I like him a lot, but I get this feeling that it's just not gonna work out. Is that so? Well, what's he like? What does he do for work? What do you like about him? He's one of my clients. To be honest, when I first met him, I thought he was pretty scary. It is me! But after talking to him, I realized he was so kind and mature and relaxed. I'm gay without dressing as a stereotype. Sounds like a nice guy. Yeah, he's such a sweet guy. He's got dark hair, he likes to wear red shirts and thin white jackets. Glad to hear it. Just be careful. A lot of those sweet guys can turn out to be playboys in disguise. Oh, he did seem like he was used to being around women, so maybe there's some truth to your words. It's a possibility. But no, I'm sure he's not that kind of guy. Why's that? Sometimes he gives me this honest, straightforward look. It makes me believe that he's not the kind of guy who purposefully hurts anyone. Man, she's really into him. Well, who is it? Everything. Love. Hey, don't just clam up. Say something. Sorry. What was the thing that made you decide he's the one? The one thing that made me decide? Oh, I like her nails. Probably when I thought about how strong he was. He was so confident and sure of himself. I knew he'd protect me no matter what happened. Strong physically and mentally then. Actually, speaking of that, I don't know, I kind of like this. It kind of reminds me of some thoughts I've had. Like I remember, I think way back when, even when I was like closeted and like a child, it was something along the lines of, I want someone who can protect me, or it's like, I want to be strong enough to protect this person. It's like, it was that idea, but like, I guess for those, yeah, how do I put it? Like, the relationship dynamic goals back then was the whole, like, I want someone who can protect me. But nowadays, it's like, at least as far as I can tell, it's like, maybe it's still some of that, but also, like, I want to be someone who could stand side by side with them and we can protect each other. Well, what does he do for work? I don't know, he's in the Yakuza. Faced into giant rainbow. That I don't know. You never asked? No, I thought maybe I shouldn't. Why's that? You think he's involved in something shady? I mean, maybe. From what I saw on his back, he's got to have a yeah, it's me. It's me. She's talking about me. There's something on his back? A tattoo, maybe? I think he's got some demons he's struggling with. Not to mention the burdens he's carrying. But that's the part of him that makes me swoon. I see. Oh gosh, my heart's racing just talking about him. I'm starting to feel that drink, too. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Eh? Oh, is it him? I come by here for drinks now and then. Man, who's that cutie with you? On a date? I'm jealous. It's not a date. I just happened to run into her here. Oh, come on, don't be coy. I saw you two over there. You were really hitting it off. Were you listening in too? Yeah, sorry. I know I shouldn't have, but when I saw you here with a cute girl, I couldn't help but get curious. I saw Kiryu shook his head. Anyway, so I heard what she was saying about that guy she likes. Don't you think she's talking about you? Yeah, that's what I was saying. No, I don't think so. Okay, either she's talking about someone who is an exact doppelganger, or Kiryu is really dense, like the sweet, beautiful dumbass he is. She's just opening up to me about someone she's worried about.
Yeah.
Come on, that can't be it. I see what's going on here. I'm a host, after all. See, some girls act like that when they want to get advice, but really what they're doing is trying to figure out how the other person feels about them. I'm pretty sure not all girls do that, but maybe like a handful of people, and not just girls, anyone of any gender.
Oh.
Is that so? Remember what she said earlier. First impression, scary guy. Honest, straightforward gaze. A back that hints at a serious past? Seriously, let me fetch you a mirror and you'll see what I mean. Really strong. That describes you down to the letter. Plus, there's the way she looks at you. Is the exact same way a girl might look at her celebrity crush. With the way she's been talking to you, it doesn't seem like she's that inexperienced when it comes to romance. There's gotta be a reason why she's not coming out and telling you how she feels. Maybe she's just shy. What do you mean? Like, some sort of secret she doesn't want you to know. For example, maybe she's a single mother, or why would that be a big secret? What? Oh, wait. I was about to say, what's so shameful of being a single mother, but then I remembered that there was some asshole guys who, I don't know, who's like, once they find out the lady you're interested in has 1 kid or 2 kids, they immediately nope out of it. Or helping her parents pay off a ton of debt. Or maybe the doppelganger thing, because maybe it isn't Kiryu she was talking about. She might just be curious about how you'll react to secrets of hers. What if she was talking about Yuya? He might have a tattoo. It's how girls gotta do things sometimes. Oh, shoot. She's probably coming back soon. I'll back off. Good luck. Where are you going? Also, how can he hear us from way over wherever you ran away? Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. Kiryu-san, do you still have time? There's more I want to ask you about. Are you single? Sure, I'll stay. Thank you. Right now, I'm not sure if I should tell him how I feel. Why's that? I'm afraid of what he might say. Well, you're an attractive woman, Ayaka. Any guy would be thrilled to hear you were interested in them. You really think so? Aw, thanks. But there's something I still haven't told you, Kiryu-san. It's you! What's that? I was born... Oh, she's trans, okay. Now I remember Lady Virgil saying something about there being a sort of kind of transphobic-ish subquest. I'm really hoping this isn't the case. And if Yuya's listening, I hope he doesn't bust in and go like, whoa, insert transphobia here. Huh? Wait, so you're Oh, he knows the term! He knows the term! For some I was expecting him to know the, the actual term for it. Wait, so you're transgender? Yeah. Oh my god! I'm a trans ally from now on! Oh no. Kiryu, if you take this badly, especially with the exclamations. Okay, I'm a little scared. 3, 2, 1. Ever since I was a kid, I felt like I was a girl. But my whole life, I had boy parts. It was really hard for me to live like that. Doctors call it gender identity disorder. Personally, I don't like the word disorder being used to describe who I am. I've heard, I can't remember, but was it in Japan they call it GID? Also, don't like the word disorder being used to describe who I am. Major props. I'm proud of you. I see. Is it this? No, it's not! Same thing of being gay. It's different. Being gay means you're attracted to people of the same sex. Being trans means your gender identity is different than the sex you were assigned at birth. Yeah, I think I remember John Oliver put it as in, sexuality is who you love, gender is who you are. Oh, I get it. You were born as a man on the outside, but on the inside you felt like you were a woman. That's right. I underwent gender reassignment surgery, so now my physical appearance matches the gender I identify as. I'm a woman through and through. Hell yeah! Even so, I'm terrified of telling him. I'm scared he'll completely lose interest in me. There's no way I can come out and tell him. Honestly, Ayaka, I'm kind of sort of in a similar boat. I'm sort of I've been single for a while, and one of my nerves is that one of my personal insecurities is the whole being trans male, and it's who would want to date me? And it's but it's weird. For me, it's dang, who would want to date me? But then seeing Ayaka say it, it's Ayaka, if he loses interest in you, that says a lot more about him than it does you. That means he's an asshole, and you can find better people, much better people who deserve your company. I was attracted. Oh, it's funny. I'm so in love, but so scared of being in love. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is really shocking to hear. It must be difficult to come to terms with. No, not really. I just hope Kiryu doesn't take it and, like, go no, not at all in a bad way. No, not at all. Huh? Love is about accepting one another for who you are. It's not always easy to find someone who will, however. Thank you! Everyone has obstacles they've got to deal with. Yours are just a bit bigger than everyone else's, Ayaka. Kiryu-san. I can't tell you how he'll react, but know this. If it doesn't go well, it's not your fault. Hell yeah! It just means you weren't compatible, or it just wasn't the right timing for either of you. That's all. Or he's just a transphobic asshole. Just keep on keeping on, and one day you'll meet someone who's right for you. I sincerely believe that. Still, Ayaka, is it me? Thank you. I feel a lot better about this now. No problem. Kiryu-san. What is it? Kentaro, okay. Oh, okay, it's someone else. Though I don't know who Kentaro is. Do I watch her confess to him, and if he goes, ew, trans people, I can kick his ass? Wait, who's Kentaro-san? He's like, wait, I thought you were talking about me! Oh, sorry. That's the name of the guy. Sorry, guess I forgot to mention it earlier. He's like, wait! I was wrong! It wasn't me! Thank you so much for today. Oh, right, can I get your cell phone number? Sure. And saved. I'll text you what happens with Kentaro-san. And hey, if you're ever feeling exhausted, swing by the massage parlor anytime. How'd I go, Kiryu-san? I didn't get to hear everything she said. Who's this Kentaro-san she mentioned? Kiryu, please don't out her. That's the guy she's crushing on. What? Were you just going on about how she was into me or something? Man, my read was totally off. Mine was too. Looks like we got a ways to go before I'm a real host. There was one other report. No! 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 Don't! God damn it! Like... Yuya, do not, like... If you react badly... Yeah. Like... Kiryu, that I'm pretty sure, one, unless she gave you permission off screen to say that, you don't just out people like that. What was that? Like, whoa, so that's why she's so cute. This is what I meant by won't. Yeah. Oh, come on, Kiryu. So you know how to make up something like that to cover your ass. It's okay if you got rejected. What? It's like... I don't... Is he being transphobic right now? Like, wait. You're telling me she's trans? You're lying to me, aren't you? She just rejected you. Is that it? Like, I don't know. I still want to... If I could rewrite this whole scene, it'd be funny if you was like, oh, was like, wait, that's why she's so cute. Besides, if I did pick up on something like that. Do you really have to pick on something like that to be a good host? I'm lost. Like, we're gonna, like, say you became a really good host, you could tell who is cisgender and who is trans on site. What are you gonna do with that info? Just like, okay, just both of you come in and have drinks. For the time this game counts as very revolutionary. Most likely. Well, you sure are You're a failure to the trans community. You know, if someone like her came up to me and said she was interested, I'd definitely consider it. What a nice girl. Too bad for you, though, Kiryu-san. She turned you down. Yeah, it really is too bad. Ayaka's got a fan club. Oh man, look at the time. There's Yuya, the clock. There's no clock on the ceiling. I gotta get back to work. See ya. As Cutie got his eyes closed, like, damn it, Ayaka. Hey, hold up. Family member, why don't trans people just date each other? It's like, wait, they could do that? And yeah, it can happen. It's like just like gay people can date bi people can date straight people, and so on and so on. I don't know. Part of me is like, one hand, like, wow, you really didn't know that, but on the other hand, I was pretty like very dense when it came to the LGBT stuff, and a lot of stuff. Once I learned about it, it felt like I was just mind blown. So maybe for them, that's what it is. Like, holy shit, I understand it much better now, or something like that. Is he in here? Have you seen? I'll come back later. There he is! Oh, Kiryu. How'd it go with Mama? Well, it's kind of a tough situation. Her last husband was a cop. She says he died in the line of duty trying to save her when she got held hostage. She also said that being with somebody who came out of the force reminds her of that awful day. I'm guessing that's some form of PTSD. So she's still got him on her mind, huh? Wait, you knew she was married? Yeah. Her husband, Keisuke, was a cop under my We were going after a serial armed robber by the name of Tsukishima. Guy was a real scumbag. Tsukishima? Why do I feel like I've... All these names, they're meshing into my head to the point where they all sound familiar. After we tracked him down, Keisuke managed to corner Tsukishima. But then Mama walked by, and that thug took her hostage, held his gun right to her temple. We got the okay to shoot Tsukishima, but Keisuke was too afraid he'd hit his wife, so he hesitated. And it cost him his life. Yep. Tsukishima took that opportunity to shoot first, and that was it. Keisuke went down. It was over in the blink of an eye. Did he get away? Was he arrested? Keisuke did everything he could to protect Mama without pulling the trigger. Maybe that was all he could do, given the circumstances. If Keisuke had shot, there was no guarantee he wouldn't hit his wife. And even if he could hit Tsukishima, he'd have to end it in one bullet. Otherwise, Mama would pay the price. That's a decision no one should have to make. I never could see Keisuke taking another man's life. He always saw the best and even the worst of people. But his kindness ended up doing him in. What happened to Tsukishima? Yeah, please tell me! The moment he shot Keisuke, the squad moved in to take him down. Long story short, Tsukishima got sent to the pen. And Mama, she survived, but she lost her other half. I'm assuming pen equals prison. I've always felt responsible since the killer was under my jurisdiction. So I've been looking after Mama ever since. I think I understand. Closing the door on you was her way of closing the door to those painful memories. Of losing someone she loved. I'm wondering, did she know that her husband worked under him? And she was, like, Date helped her buy the place. So was it, like, the full impact of, or impact times 2 of the trauma only started kicking in when he proposed? Maybe that can be fixed. Date-san, does she know you were in charge of the case? I'm amazed by my first cousin hated gay people growing up. They formed... Yay! Yay, progress! Yeah, like, saw something sort of similar happen in my family. Like, growing up, I think when I was in, college or high school, one of my older cousins, he recently got married and had a daughter. And he was making jokes with my other cousins that oh, your daughter's gonna look like you, haha. Oh god, she's gonna be ugly. Don't like does that mean she'll be lesbian? And I was so pissed. Like, I kept my mouth shut, but at the time it was like my opinion on him as a dad, it really went down. But then, like, around the time I came out as trans, I learned that apparently all of my cousins, they were trying to learn, like, okay, what name does Riley go by? And okay, guys, let's practice. He, him, Riley. No, and I'd like to keep it that way. Oh, she doesn't know. She thinks Case Kid just happened to be at the scene. Oh yeah, and something else about the, I guess the homophobia or trans, like, progress thing. A while back, like when I first came out as trans, I think my grandma, who is like, English is not her first language, and she's very, very, very Christian. I think she's one of the most hardcore Catholic I know of, and she was sort of going along the lines of like, okay, look, you're a man, but please don't get surgery. And at the time, I was thinking, oh great, because like, oh, don't change what God gave you, huh? But turns out she's terrified of surgery, and she was terrified that something bad would happen to me. And in fact, she's so scared of surgery, she won't, even though her leg is acting up, and she's in desperate need of some treatment there, she refuses to get surgery because of that fear. And around the time where I finally got top surgery, which was a few months ago, I heard from my dad that she had a message for me, which was, okay, like, please be careful. I'll be praying for your surgery to go well, and I hope you come out of it feeling like a reborn man. I was like, oh, Grandma. Sorry, back on track. That was something like 9 years ago. 9 years, dang. At first, I looked after her out of the sense of duty to a fallen comrade, but sooner or later, I fell for her. Sounds like you two have quite the history already.
Hmm?
Huh? Wait a sec. What's wrong? That guy. I knew I've seen him before. Oh no, don't tell me. Did Tsukishima get out of jail or prison? Shit! Are you sure about this? 100%. He might look a little different than he used to, but I'll never forget those eyes. Why would he be at Serena then? I can think of one reason. Like, he's tracking down the people who got him arrested. Assuming he... But they're trying, yeah. Sorry, for your cousins, like... Real proud, like... Even if they, like... They're not happy that they're tripping up with the chromosomes, but... Still glad that they're trying their best. As for Tsukishima, I'm guessing... He was at Serena to do the whole, like, you are one of the people that got me arrested. I'm gonna get my revenge sort of deal. You don't think... Date-san. I was about to say, didn't she say she was closing shop, but then I remembered, wait, like, I don't think that matters to like, go away! Want a girl on top of you? No! I want to stop a criminal! Very true. It's like, there's still a lot I'm unlearning from a lot of the bad LGBT phobic stuff to some internalized phobias that have been turned against myself. It's not easy, but I'm sort of working through it. Haruka, stay right here until I come back. Okay? Okay. Don't hurt yourself, Uncle Kaz. Tall order for me. So you finally remembered, eh? You have any idea how hard it was to track your retired ass down? Maybe you should have used that time to, like, reform your bad behavior. Let her go. I really was surprised, you know. I go looking for the bar where you hang out, and who do I find? The same woman I took hostage all those years ago. So I figured I'd have some fun with a girl that got a whoop. All the hugs, thank you. Also, Tsukishima, but... Do I want to know what you meant by have some fun? Date-san, I'll draw his attention. You finish the job. Oh god, does Date die? Stay right where you are. I've got a couple friends I'd like you to meet. Are they in the trash bags? Oh, they are the trash bags. Ah, that's right. What to do with the lady? Oh, I have a thought. How about you be a gentleman and put her, like, just let her go and turn yourself in? No more deaths, please, except these. I'm gonna open your skull. They don't even have names. Tsukishima Man A, B, C, D. That's what I want to know. Oh. Sorry. I don't want honey, I want Date.
Kiryu-san!
Wow, Kazuo. Kiryu-san, you gotta come quick. What happened? I saw Date-san follow a guy in the Serena Mama into some shady building. And then a big group of thugs went right at... Oh. I've got a bad feeling about this. Which building? Where? The one on Nakamichi Alley. I was just there! Damn. Date told me to stay out of this, but it's too dangerous for him to do this by himself. Why? What's going on? There's no time to explain. If you want to find out, you'll have to come along. No, relax, must save. I'm Kazuma Kiryu. Relaxation is not in my character sheet. Heh. You should have seen this coming. But you just had to play the hero, didn't you? Enough. You're here to settle the score with me, right? So leave her out of this. What? You got a thing for her, Date? Ha. I knew it from the moment you walked into that bar. Damn it. So you resort to taking hostages and running like a coward? People like you make me sick. Kiryu. Sorry, but I couldn't just leave you hanging. Still can't do anything by yourself, can you? Neither can you! You brought a whole army! Come on, Date, let's dance. The rest of you, take out that fool there. You'll regret this. And I'm gonna have to stock up on healing items again. Who threw that? Hey dude, want a beer? Oh boy.
本気だぜ。皮肉だな。全く同じ状況だ。しかも今回は相手があの警官の上司と来てる。
How do you know this?
あん時は俺もミスったが、今回は間違わねえ。順番つけてきっちりぶっ殺す。まあ、一番目は。
月島。俺はあの警官とは違う。
何？
聞いてくれ、ママ。死んだ男のことを悪く言うのは嫌だが、圭介は間違ってる。本当に大事なものがあるのなら、全てのことから逃げずに戦って、戦い抜いて守るべきだ。でないと、戦った本人も、残された者も、みんなが後悔をする。
伊達さん。
俺はあんたを大切に思ってる。大切なものは自分の手で必ず守ってみせる。それが俺の誇りだ。そしてこれが俺の答えだ。黙れ、伊達。
Oh!
Mama.
Hospital! We need to get you both to a hospital! Also, Tsukishima dead? Mama, I'm sorry. Date-san, I know I'm not Keisuke, and I know I'm not right for you either. I'll stop going to the bar. I can see that I'm only causing you more pain. Hey. Besides, I'm proud to have been on the force. Might be the only thing Keisuke and me have in common. Date-san, you don't have to try and be like Keisuke to get closer to me. Or go out of your way to be different than him. Mama. Please stop calling me Mama, by the way. All I need is some time to process everything. And I promise I'll really think about it. About you and me. Well, I'd say that went pretty well. At least she doesn't despise you. What about Tsukishima and that gunshot wound you got? You stay out of this. And besides, what gives you the gumption to eavesdrop on a man's private conversation? Yeah. I think that's fair. I've got it, Date-san. 9 years of love and revenge. Former detective saves the life of a local beauty. Now is that not front page material or what? I say it's garbage material! Turning my personal life into a half-assed attempt at an article. Give me a break. Besides, who invited you here anyway? And why are you flopping your gums like you even know half of it? Well, it was obvious something was up with you, so I simply followed along. We journalists are always on the lookout for the latest and greatest. You should have known that by now. Hey, Kiryu, you didn't spill the beans to the schmuck, did you? Who knows? Oh, that's not gonna be good. Tata-san, aren't you a journalist yourself? It's fine that you're proud to have been a detective, but show some spirit for your current job, too. You'll be a much happier person. Great, now I'm being lectured by this character. You know what? I'm done. It's time to go drink. You guys coming or what? Yay!